name is Maxime, and I am the owner of Sagradesa, and we are a sustainable women's wear brand.
So Maxime, how did Sagradesa come to be?
So Sagradesa started as a need I saw in the industry for more sustainable options for fun, maximalist women's wear. I wanted to create designs that felt really feminine and romantic and also honored our earth and the textile waste issues that we see in the industry right now.
Okay, and what is the story behind the name Sagradesa?
So the story behind the name, I came up with it with my mom, and we're Colombian, and so the Spanish language, the word sagrada means sacred. So it's kind of a combination of two words meaning this is sacred, and it refers to the earth and the natural environment that we hope to protect through our work. And Mother Earth is the most sacred thing that we have in our lives, so it's just kind of a representation of that.
Okay, I love that. And who or what inspires your designs?
I'm very inspired by nature and kind of natural elements and shapes. So for a long time, waterfalls were a huge inspiration for me, and the shapes that would happen when the water hits from above, like the sea foam and kind of things like that. So I've incorporated a lot of drapery and fabrics like mesh and kind of sheer fabrics to emulate those shapes, as well as like a lot of the biodiversity that exists in Colombia. I'm also very inspired by music. I really love like reggaeton and neo-perreo. So a lot of the silhouettes and the styles and maximalist colors that are featured in those types of music and the styling associated with that, I also incorporate into my designs and my styling.
Okay, I love that. And then jumping off of that, how does your Colombian heritage influence your artwork and designs?
Definitely a lot of the vibrant colors and the vibrant sounds of the music and the culture. I think namely the biodiversity in Colombia and the music are two very large influences for us. I've been so lucky to visit many different regions in Colombia and explore like some of the plants and animals that exist there that are native to that region, and it's really gorgeous to see.
And what does ethical and sustainable fashion mean to you?
So ethical and sustainable fashion to me means using the materials that we have already available to us. Like we don't always need to be creating new materials and creating more waste. So there's an abundance of textiles and fabrics and clothing already in rotation right now that we can repurpose into new things. So that's most of the work that I do includes discarded or donated or repurposed textiles in some way. And also ethically made means made with intention, with slow fashion design processes. So using both sustainable practices but also ethical labor practices and not mass market kind of consumption.
Okay. And what theme would you say is most present in your designs?
The theme that I think is most present in my designs, besides sustainability, would be femininity and kind of romanticism. I love to celebrate what it means to be a woman, both within colors and textures and also the feelings associated with that. So I love kind of a maximalist approach. I also love kind of celebrating the female body.
And if you could collaborate with one designer or fashion brand, who would it be?
I think if I could collaborate with one brand, it would probably be Nike. And I grew up in Portland, Oregon, so that is where Nike is from. So it's been definitely a huge influence on my life since I was a little kid, and just seeing the fashion industry in Portland in my hometown. I love when Nike does collabs with other designers that merge more like kind of non-traditional athletic types of design with more sportswear design, because I think it's a really cool crossover, and I would love to do something that incorporates my kind of quirky and whimsical maximalist style with their really professional sportswear and like high-tech kind of athletic stuff.
This past year, you've dressed some prominent figures like Brittany Broski, Raven Lene, and a fellow Colombian, Jessie Reyes. How does it feel to see these talented women wearing your designs?
To see these lovely women wearing my designs is a dream. Like if I think younger me could see some of the collaborations we've done this year, she would be very proud and she'd be very happy. And I'm really, really grateful for those opportunities. And those women all have inspired me so much, especially Jessie Reyes being a Latina singer. And her music is so powerful and so true and authentic to her story. It's really an honor.
If you could dress one famous Latina, who would it be and why?
Okay, if I could dress one famous Latina, it would for sure be Kali Uchis. I have been following her since I was like 16. She was posting music on blogs and on SoundCloud, and I've seen her in concert a few times, and she's such an inspiration to me, and I also think that our styles would go well together. Manifesting.
What is your creative process like from brainstorming designs to the final product?
That's a really good question. So my creative process is a bit different sometimes than traditional designers because I use mostly sustainable fabrics. A lot of times I let the fabrics speak to me because I usually find fabrics in kind of unconventional ways, like either through donations or discarded materials or thrifted or vintage materials. So we're sometimes limited to what is available to us. So it kind of will influence or sometimes restrict what the design can be, but I really love to play within those constraints. So for example, I have some old bed linens here, and there's only so much of this print. So we're gonna try and make as much as we can without wasting almost any little scrap. So using as much of the fabric as we possibly can, and also trying to use it in unconventional ways. So patchworking things together and things like that.
Finally, what advice would you give to any aspiring designers?
Advice that I would give to any aspiring designers is resilience. It's a hard industry and there's definitely a lot of obstacles that you will have to overcome on your journey, and I've certainly faced my fair share. But the one thing that I think carries you through is a love for what you do, like a really deep love and passion for your craft, because with that, it will never feel like work, and that's kind of how it is for me. Like I love what I do so much that it feels like fun every day.
So that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, this was so much fun.